Hello, hello. Welcome back. When last we left off, you all thrown upon the island to the east in search of the ziggurat that you were told to find. Journeyed with this mysteriously hooded figure, Varrock, as he led you towards the lost sort of city that the Yonti inhabited, finding only the dead and the worm swarm covered. And after dispatching a large horde that seemed to attracted to your loud noise, you found yourselves trying to find a rest, but seemingly being stalked by one more, who jumped in front of your party and attacked the first person they saw, being Tenui. It spoke for a moment, and immediately the recognition was there that this was not someone that you were unaware of. Not a stranger, but someone that you left behind. And so, I need everybody to roll initiative.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did it not do for mine?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. Oh shit, this song. Stop it.
Alrighty. As this creature strikes your spirit guardians, filling the space, striking at it, it seems unfazed as it strikes through Tenui, knocking her unconscious immediately as a large gash fills the center of her chest as she falls still. However, combat then immediately begins, and Soul, you are first to react.
Alright. So, I've seen how fast that Tiff Jr. can be, and how he was able to jump from tree to tree and stuff, right?
Yes.
Then Soul would try to do something about that by... God. I hope he can't attack me if I cast this in front of him, but he's going to try and cast Fairy Fire with Tiff Jr. just being at the very edge of it so it doesn't hit anyone else.
Sure. He will make his dexterity saving throw.
Damn. He got a nat 20 on that one,
yes,
too.
Yes, he did.
Oh, boy. And, seeing that, Soul's gonna try and do a martial check.
Go ahead.
To figure out...
Martial or Arcana, whichever you're better at.
Martial.
No.
That does not bode well. If I look over at Tenui, does it look like she's just breathing and unconscious, or does it look like she's like...
It looks like she is gravely wounded.
Okay. I think I'm going to hold my position for now and kind of try to, like, keep a guard over Tenui.
Go ahead. Alright.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else?
I think I'm good.
Okay, Nesma.
How long of a break was there between fighting?
Not enough for a short rest, but enough that your
Great.
rage would need to be re-upped.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. All right, then, bellowing with rage, Nesma is going to leap over Tenui to over here and just try and squish him.
Go ahead.
Try and squish him real good.
That 20 will hit. That 13 will miss.
All right, that's it.
Alrighty. Tiff is up. Tiff will... Yeah, sure, he's going to make that a move first. Tiff, seeing you attempting to protect Tenui. Hold on. What's he going to do here? As you approach and strike him, Nesma, you see this sort of rage flare in his eyes. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. That's a fail. Alright. You take 19 necrotic damage. And then I need Soul to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
That's a fail.
That's also a fail.
You take 27 necrotic damage, and then I need Zenobio to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. Someone pass it.
That's a pass. You take 12 necrotic damage, Zenobio. As the rage flares in his eyes, the sort of necrotic, the amorphous arm that he has to his right side now sort of shifts over towards you and stretches in this elongated, inhuman form, grasping at you as you feel the sort of sizzling of your own flesh beneath the arm. After a moment, he lets go of you, but the beam from it jumps from you to Soul and then Zenobio in the same fashion as they fry a moment.
Well, that was just rude, little bird.
He then will... stay where he is for now.
How could you
Tiff.
do this to us, Tiff?
I am going to do a martial check.
Go ahead.
of like just gauging the situation, what's going on, but I don't think I can attack him. So I'm gonna cry out, Tiff, no, stop, and run up and I guess try to just like grab him, like a grapple, I guess.
Sure, you can attempt to grapple. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
This is gonna go well.
Literally the only way he can fail that is in that one. No. You attempt to reach outward and grab onto him, but he is much quicker than you remember him being as he ducks between your arms.
Okay, I'll back away and end my turn.
Go. Alright. Varrock is going to attempt to move Tenui. Five, 10. Yep, that's as far as you can go. Tiff is going to attempt to attack him. And miss. As he sweeps his blade across this large rusted blade that swings and almost hits you across the head, Nesma, as he strikes outward. Shawl is going to move over here and get out of the way. And as you see them all form up there, there is a moment that you see the hands very strangely gray and sort of long extended nails that come out of it. Humanoid, but strange and not typical color that you're expecting to see come out as a shell forms over top of them. Oops.
That was Varric?
Yes, from Varric. Tenui. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Draka.
Hello. Draka will. I'm going to use my bonus action first to. Oh, he didn't roll for saving for my spirit guardians.
Right. You're right.
Because he started his turn in them.
Correct.
Ugh.
He fails.
He fails. I'm just gonna push the button because I don't. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
go
I
ahead.
won't because that'll use the spell up that I don't have. Actually, I don't have that spell slot anyway. There it is. I can read. He takes 9 damage, and that DC is still wrong. I rolled
Yeah.
all 3s. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to send a healing word over to Tenui.
Okay.
I'm gonna come up here, and I'm gonna hit him with my longsword.
What's your spell modifier? Because it's not adding it to
Plus.
yours.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thought I fixed that, but I guess not. It is plus 4, not plus 7. I'm guessing. That's the spell attack bonus, not the.
Yeah, that's with your proficiency.
16 probably misses.
16. No, that just hits.
Nice. So he takes 6 slashing damage. And then I'm gonna martial check him. Oh god.
It doesn't look like your regular longsword is doing a whole lot. 25 is, however, enough. So what would you like to know?
I would like to know specials, and I forget the names of them. I know there's like 4 more.
Worm touched, living stitches, feather dance, on a winged prayer, creeping darkness, or whispered speed.
Let's go on a winged prayer. Oh, nice. Okay. Not what I would have expected from that, so that's interesting. And I think that's all the things she is capable of doing because I moved, attacked, and used a bonus.
Correct.
And martial-ed, so I am done.
Okie dokie. Zenobio.
I am going to back up a little bit. Over here. Can I make Xanathar fly up and basically keep an eye on the area around us and let me know if anything happens that is scary and unusual?
Yeah.
I don't know, being like, hold an action to call out a warning or something. That would have any effect, but let's do it. It's fun from a RP perspective. I will Arcana check him. Right out the gate. Where the heck is it? It is... I'm not scrolled down to it.
That's enough. What would you like to know?
What about resistances and stuff like that?
Sure. He is condition immune to being poisoned. He is resistant to slashing, bludgeoning, piercing, non-magical. Cold, poisoned. He is immune to necrotic. And he is vulnerable to psychic and force.
I'm sorry, it was cold and poison he was resistant to?
Yes.
So double check I have this. He is conditioned immune to poisoning. He's resistant to slashing, piercing, etc.
I put it in the chat.
Oh, you put it over here. Here I was spastically typing like an idiot. Alright, I am, well, now knowing this, I can do some psychic damage, I do believe. I will Tasha's mind with him.
Alright.
Did I fix this? Oh, fuck. Yes, I did.
That DC is wrong.
Yep. Why is my DC totally out? Yeah, 17 or something. Obviously, I have 22 in.
22 would be plus 6, plus your proficiency, so yeah, it'd be 17.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
All right.
He fails.
That is 10 psychic damage.
20 psychic damage.
Yeah.
As you see, rip out and sort of whip a magical jolt towards him, it sort of rocks his head as he sort of takes his one good arm holding the sword and he holds onto his head a moment, shaking his head back and forth.
Alright, and there is additional stuff there, as you can see.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think I can do anything. That's it.
Alrighty.
Wait, what was this yellow aura that I just walked out of? Should I have you staying in that aura?
That's a bright light from Soul.
My lantern. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll stand just outside of the lantern.
Yeah. Alright. Corvus.
Cool. He's gonna kind of slip over here. He's gonna say, well, shit, sorry about that, Tiff Jr., but you know, a job's a job. Can't have you go around stabbing employers, right? He's gonna look over at Draka. No stabbing employers,
Right.
right? And he's gonna go ahead and attack.
That hits. That hits.
Damn!
And that hits. Alright.
Chop, chop, chop. Yep.
Your axe doesn't seem like it does a whole lot, but the other two do.
Yeah. All right. Oh, damage went 876 too. That's pretty cool. Yeah. In that case, martial check.
Go ahead.
15.
15
Nah, I don't think that's gonna do it.
Is enough at this point.
Oh, it is excellent.
Yep.
What was you said? Whispered speed, right?
Yes. That's one
Yeah,
that
what-
you could get if you'd like.
Yeah. Which one's that one? Oh. Okay. Good to know. Alrighty, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Soul, as your round begins, the pitter patter of rain begins to fall on you all. One moment as I fix something.
Oh wow. Cool.
Go ahead.
I'd like to martial check first off.
Go ahead.
13.
13 is not enough.
Okay, then in that case, I'm going to, I think, take the disengage action
Go ahead.
because ow, that hurt a lot. And then I'm going to, move back about here.
But you don't need to, because he doesn't have a reaction.
Oh, he doesn't?
Not right
Oh, he
now.
used it. You're right.
No, because the mind whip. He doesn't
Well,
have it
Oh,
until his
It's
next turn.
both. He used it and also he doesn't have one.
okay, then I'm actually going to 10 feet back and unfurl the wings as I fly up into the air because ow, that hurt a lot. And since I didn't need to use my reaction for that, I'm going to try and hit him with a thorn whip.
Go ahead.
Nope.
That misses. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Yes. As a bonus action, I'm going to hold up the lantern as I'm going to have Igni go ahead and try and attack.
Okay.
And I believe that's... And to use his fire and command him with my bonus action to use Fire Seed. So let me
Yep,
roll
go
that
ahead.
up because I forgot to carry the macro over.
That's a crit.
But I double the dice, right?
Correct.
Okay. I think this ought to work.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. All right, 18 fire damage
Yeah.
out of the lantern.
He takes that. Anything else?
Soul's just going to be looking down horrified at what has become of Tiff Jr.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, you want ambient rain sound effects? I can do that too. Hold on.
Oh, I just turned my own on, but you can too. Double rain.
You can adjust the sound by the top right where the little bar is. That changes the level it's at.
Oh, that's nice.
Sick.
Oh no, they fixed the flashing when there's not animated stuff on the screen, but not when there is animated stuff on the screen.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I mean, this isn't like a base thing in map tools. That's why, probably.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, I mean, not the end of the world. I think I can play D&D
I'm
at
gonna
60
stop.
hertz.
I'm gonna stop the sound effects though. Those kind of end up lagging a lot of times.
Oh, that was hard for me. You also got rid of the rain in the background.
Yeah, I know. I gotta restart it. There you go.
I can provide rain to everybody at your own level.
In any case, Nesma, you are now up.
Okay. This guy is mean and he hurts, so yeah, we're gonna keep trying to squish him. I think I am going to reckless and hold off on the wormy for now.
Hits.
That's kind of mediocre. I'm gonna savage attacker that one and roll it again.
Sure.
That's better. And then I'm gonna go for another one.
18 hits. Another 14. Anything else?
And yeah, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna try and give him a nice hug.
Sure. 19 is, or 23. That's 10. Or no, that would be 6.
And just because I may as well, I'm gonna try a martial one more time. I don't think I've ever
Sure.
rolled over a 10, but let's give it a go.
That's enough.
Yay! Alright. There were some specials I think that we hadn't gotten to yet. There was.
Yep, there's a few.
Yeah. Do you remember?
You need me to read them off?
Yeah, sorry. I thought Mike had a list of them. I was looking over his notes, but he just has the ones we actually looked at.
Worm touched, living stitches, feather dance, on a winged prayer, creeping darkness, whispered speed.
Let's go with the living stitches. That sounds creepy.
Sure.
Well then. Alright. That's it.
Oh, it's like that manga. And I think they did an anime of it too. Oh, fuck, what was it called?
All right.
Oh shit! All about the samurai who's filled with worms and he keeps regrowing himself.
Tiff is going to arc his blade through the three of you in a one sweeping motion.
Not
Alright.
before getting attacked by my guardians.
He passes that time and takes no damage.
Yeah. But I rolled so high.
Unfortunate.
It's just rude, Tiff.
The first one at Corvus.
Right.
That's a crit. You're going to take 21, 24, 32 points of damage. 17
That's
necrotic,
what,
15 slashing.
Your boy's at 0.
Unconscious.
God damn it, Corvus.
The second one at Draka.
Miss.
That's all natural 1. Third one at Nesma at advantage. Reckless. That's still.
So he gets to do all those things with my Tasha's Mind Whip?
Yes, that is one attack action.
Jesus. Well, who does he think he is?
That's going to
He only
be.
gets one.
He did a
Attack
sweeping
action.
swipe.
Oh, okay.
I
never
did
mind.
a,
Sorry, I misread
it's a
it.
specific
One big
action you have
slash
not
Rudy.
learned yet.
Yeah.
So that 26 hits you, Nesma. That's going to be 12 reduced to 6, and then 1 necrotic.
All
So,
right.
I forgot. Am I down to 0 or down to my actual negative?
You're down to
17?
0.
0.
There is no negatives in 5e.
All right. I thought so. I wanted to confirm. It's been a
But
while.
don't you have to keep
Alright.
track of them for if you go fully your health? If you
I
take
thought it
all
was
of your...
like if you took that in one blow, that reduced you
Oh.
to 0 plus your hit points.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Well, thank goodness. for-
Let's see. Is you within that distance? No, mine would stop him from doing that. Alright. So yeah, he sweeps in a large motion around you. He hit twice. Note. And then he is done. Tiff.
Well, Corvus went down, so I gotta take this seriously. I'll start off with a martial.
Go ahead. That is sufficient. Still got a couple specials, and you haven't learned actions yet.
I'm
Oh,
trying
wait.
to remember the name so you don't have to repeat it again. There was
Hold
something where, like, a whispered something.
You already
Sorry,
learned that
just
one.
remembered. I dropped to 1, and I
Oh,
gained
right.
5 temp hit points,
Right,
and resistant to damage.
Half orc.
Let's go.
You're still standing up then.
Yeah.
You already learned that whispered speed.
Yeah. I sure did.
It was some kind of feather thing, feather dance.
You want to learn feather dance?
That's the one.
Sure. This is what he was going to do, but Mind Whip stopped him from doing so.
Oh, good. That's really far. Okay. I'll cast. I'll cast Hunter's Mark,
Sure.
and then I'll fire off 2 crossbow shots.
That's a miss. And that's also a miss.
Can't hurt Tiff. I'm gonna move off a bit.
Alright.
Start to circle around. And end my turn.
Okie dokie. Barak. Shaw and Tenui are all doing their thing. Draka.
It's me. You're my dumb
Yes.
brother. I'm gonna place my hand because he's right there on Corvus, so he. What? I rolled a 1 on my d8. You're welcome. You heal 5.
Ooh.
What an action. Looks like I have 2nd level still, so I'm gonna recall my spiritual weapon again to attack Tiff. Junior.
Can't cast that and your Cure Wounds in the same turn.
Oh yeah, because it's not a. You're right. Sorry. Well then I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade as a cantrip and use it to do an action attack anyway. And crit fail. Well,
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna do a martial check.
Go ahead.
Because I can do
19 is
that.
enough.
Cool. I think that was all the specials.
You have one more special.
One more? Okay, I'll do the last one.
Sure.
Oh yeah, the creepy one. Okay, gotcha. And I'm not moving, so I guess that's it.
Okie dokie. Zenobio.
All right, I'm going to, having not specifically done this, like I kind of was assuming I did this sort of by de facto, but like default, but that's not true. I'm going to summon my actual manifested mind. It is my awakened spell book that is hovering within 60 feet of me, which allows me to cast spells from it as opposed to myself and see in the dark.
All right.
And it's a bonus action, so basically, like, why not? I should just do it.
I need to make a call for you.
Hold on a second. It's not the manifested mind. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, that's right. I'll put a thing in for this. Where is it?
Yeah. Where do you want to summon it?
Near Aphronax, Xanathar.
Up in the air?
Characters, I don't have his name. Yes, up in the air, but not as high. Like, you can say 20 feet.
Okay. That's your book, because I don't have a token for it yet.
All right, I'm going to Arcana.
Go ahead.
Okay, there's like 2 things left, 3 things left. What are the
There are only actions left. You've learned all the specials. Okay, I unfortunately have to turn the rain off. It looks like it's making my Streamlabs lag.
Huh, wonder why. Oh yeah, I guess let's just start at the top.
Alright, so actions are the only thing you have left, so let's learn that. It has multi-attack, Rusted Blade, Encompassing Shroud, Chain Destruction.
Multi-attack, Rusted Blade, Chain Destruction, and there's one more.
Encompassing Shroud.
Let's do Chain Destruction.
Alrighty. That was what he did. Turn number 1.
I should have guessed that, honestly. From a metagame perspective, that was dumb. All right. Like, sure. What was that going to be? Okay. Zenobio, after summoning his book, and say, "Awaken my spell book," and his book flies up into the air, turning ethereal as a like ghost of the book in his hands. And considering the efficacy of I'm going to haste. I'm going to haste good old Nesma. I'm going to say, "Filthy assistant, pick up your pace."
Oh, right. I just read through your book. It cannot fly, it hovers. So it's technically on the ground. It can just move up
that
to
is an
30
interesting.
feet.
I did not think about that distinction.
Yes.
But ultimately, I suppose it doesn't really matter too much in this situation.
No,
but
not too much.
hypothetically, it might matter.
Eventually it might.
Yeah, I can't go peer
for
in
now,
somebody's
it's
second
fine.
story window with it.
Yeah.
Unless
yeah,
there's a
so,
slight angle to the walls.
Nesma, you are hasted.
Yay.
Haste stuff? Yes, you do. Haste on.
And I'm going to go over low here, I guess, so that I'm inside the swirling mass of holy things that might hurt the thing that starts inside it.
Sure.
And that's it.
Alrighty. Okay. Corvus.
I really can we clash with Tiff Jr.?
Only under special circumstances. And you have not learned of any special circumstances yet.
Fair. Okay, never mind then. Hold on, let me take a look at. I'm just trying to. The second wind, is that a bonus action or an action?
Second wind is a bonus action.
Oh, then I'm gonna second wind real quick.
Go ahead. Nice.
Great, excellent. And then. Oh, I'm no longer resistant to damage, and I should take away that temp HP. Nice. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and attack.
Go ahead.
Oof.
No.
All right.
That hits.
At least I hit once. And I feel like I'm about to go down again, so I'm gonna throw out a smite. My last
Sure,
smite.
go ahead.
Of course. And
Two.
that's oh no, I'll martial check real quick.
Go ahead.
Is it encompassing shroud? I guess I will never know. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. The rain grows a bit heavier. Soul.
Is there anything odd about the rain, or is it just like normal?
You'll have to use your knowledge check to figure that out.
Knowledge nature.
Sure. Go ahead.
No. Too focused.
Unsure.
I'm going to look down at Tiff Jr. Just close my eyes and just taking a breath as he's just going to go like, I'm sorry. And he's going to throw out his hands wide, and a salvo of scorching rays are going to fly out at him.
Go ahead.
And I'm casting this at 3rd level.
Go ahead. 12 and 8 are going to miss, but the 25 and 19 hit for 16.
And I will do the enhanced fire damage on one of those.
Go ahead.
$13 more.
Sounds good.
And then as a bonus action, have Igni go ahead and shoot his own fire seed at him.
Go
Take
ahead.
advantage of it.
That hits.
Does the extra D10 only happen once per turn?
I believe it's only once per turn.
Okay, because it was said.
But I believe it's only once.
because it's like when I use a spell or have the spirit attack. But I'm gonna treat it like it's once per turn.
Yeah.
Ooh, for an extra 9 points as well. Just
Yep.
burning him. Oh, martial check. Or did I my
Go
nature
ahead.
check?
Or you
my
use your
martial
natural check already. Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty. Nesma.
Okay. Nesma going very fast. I don't think she's thinking as fast as she's moving, so why not? Let's do some attacks with the squishy worm. And
Okay.
I assume that all three of those hit with the squishy worm.
Yeah, with the squishy worm, yeah. One of them's a crit. That does mean that your d20 is doubled as well. For the crit.
Jesus.
Oh, sweet. Should I just roll the damage again then? I didn't actually roll the damage for the weapon damage.
Yes. And I'll just take off.
Yeah, just take off the extra +2.
Yeah. And the extra +6.
Yeah.
Alright. Yes.
and
So
I
that
think
is
I'm-
going to be 20, 28, 38, 45, 56, 58, 60, 78, 82.
If he's still standing, I'm gonna
87.
hug him.
He is still standing. A 29 will hit, though.
My God.
Hey, you
36
gave me the
plus
anchor
another
and the
60.
squishy worm.
She and the worm are furious.
Oh wait, did I roll any 6s on my crit?
I didn't check. Hold on. 22. He looks very hurt now. On your crit.
I did not actually. I did
You
not
did
roll
not.
any
I
6s
don't
on
believe
specifically that
so.
one.
Because the second one was the crit.
Oh, the second one's the crit, and then the one below it is 2 6s. It depends what order you want to take them in.
I believe you rolled the last one as the crit damage.
I did.
So unfortunately,
That's
I
fine.
do that.
That's
I
fine.
have to go by that one.
It's enough damage.
Yeah. He looks a real hurt now. Anything
Desiree
else?
just kind of cocks her head to the side and raises an eyebrow at Corvus, and that's it.
Do you want a marshal?
Sure. Suppose I've succeeded at that now. Not this time, though. She's too fast.
Unfortunate. Tiff is going to regain 10 as the worms stretch across his body, healing some of the wounds, but a large number of them have quickly sort of taken shape. He will... Oh, alright.
over here and check on check at how badly wounded Carvis is. Well, Draka's incredulously shaking her head.
I'm alright.
In real
You should
life.
head after him.
All right, you into your turn.
Yes.
All right, Draka.
I'm gonna glare at Tiff Senior. I'm gonna move. What is it? I can move 30. Can I move 35? No, it's 30. And I'm gonna throw a hand axe at him.
Sure.
I missed.
Yes.
But I threw it.
You sure did.
Guess I'll bonus action healing word Corvus. In retrospect. Oh, I got
Alright.
max healing on that one. There you go, 8.
Nice. Now I'm at 10
And
hit points.
I guess I'll martial check him while we can see him. I don't know.
All right. That being your last needed one, you also gain an additional effect. First of all, you learned Encompassing Shroud, because that is the last action that you technically don't know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you learned a special interaction. Did I not make a macro for this? I did. The special interaction is, as through the heat of battle, it didn't quite click right away. But when you saw the Mind Whip lash out towards him, you saw a slight change in his demeanor for just a split moment. Tiff can be appealed to when psychic damage is dealt, the control over the creature slowly slipping away as he tries to regain control. That would be a moment you could clash after psychic magic was being done.
The only person who could do that is Zenobio, so I'm gonna yell out to him, Zenobio, hit him with psychic. You might be able to save him. Or stop him.
What?
God damn.
In particular, what I'm describing to you is someone has to do psychic damage, and then within the next turn before he starts, he has to be clashed.
Okay!
We're gonna have to put him in a home, huh? We can just leave him in the library.
I look forward to the pudding!
Don't let on people might take care of him.
Oh no.
He
Alright,
expects that regardless.
Zenobio.
I'm going to send my book hovering after him. And I will move forward a little bit myself to catch up at the same time. And Xanthathar will also follow along from a safe distance. And I guess I will blow my last 3rd level spell slot to Mind Whip.
Okay.
Hachi Machi.
Sorry. I can't move your thing for some reason. Hold on. Where are you moving it to?
As far as I know, how far can I move it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can move it up to 30 feet.
Yeah, well,
So
we'll
basically,
see.
it can go to here or here.
Yeah, that's good. It's going to hover obnoxiously close to Draka.
Oops, that's the wrong one.
Very big book.
It's like right in front of your face, completely blocking your vision.
But could I step on it and use it to jump at Tiff Jr.?
So did you say we got the
because
last
that's
action
really
there, or
important.
that was the last action that we just found out from her last check, right?
Yeah, I got
Yes,
the last
that was
one.
the last action.
Okay.
That was the last thing.
Just wanted to double check in case I missed something. But okay, right. Yes. Anyway, Mind Whip.
He unfortunately passes. However, he still takes half, I believe.
Yep. Does that still count then? I mean, he took psychic.
Yes, he's
Yes.
still him taking psychic damage.
Well, there you go. I will yell out, "His mind has been flayed!"
You watch as the mind whip flashes out from Zenobio's hand and sort of whips against his head rocking back a moment. He goes from the air and falls to the ground through the trees. As he holds on to his head, his wounds heavy. The large black ichor and worms beginning to sort of expel from his body. State clear. He's down on the ground now.
No, I still can't.
Anything
move it.
else?
It's just Yog.
I will say this. You can do clashes in more than just martial ways.
Oh, I assume I
You would
can't
not
do
be
it.
able to
wouldn't be
clash.
able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've done all my stuff.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Corvus, you're up next. Go in friendly clash. Saving
All right.
clash. Three
Corvus.
tips here.
Time for your persuasion skill.
I don't have that level of persuasion though.
I believe in you.
Nesma's still hasted, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she'll be able to make it over, or just like a regular jog if I fail, and then murk him. Okay, so Corvus is gonna move up to here, and he's gonna shout out, Tiff Jr. Hold on. My computer's freaking out on me. 1 second.
You're good.
It's weird as hell. Okay. So he's gonna shout out, Tiff Jr., don't you remember all those fun times we had? Come on, you don't want to leave us like this. Don't try to murder us all and then run away. Come back here. You can come back in. We won't be too mad. Persuasion clash?
Hold on one moment. Okay. Here. All right. As you call out towards him, he racks his mind. The sort of necrotic shadow over his arms slipping away as the worms crawl and die out of him. The wounds he sustained very heavily weighing him down, it seems. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check. Plus your level.
Nice. Okay. So what level are we again?
6, I believe.
6. Thank you. Persuasion. Come on. Don't do me like this. And then that's a 24 total.
Alright.
No!
Hey, Neem,
Uh-huh.
were you serious about that birthday?
Of course I am. That's how it works.
I'd like to use my birthday 20 on that.
Go alright, not a
Persuasion.
problem. Since we have not used it before, I'll let you know now. Normally you're supposed to do it before he rolls. But I will
Sorry.
allow it on this one. No, it's fine. You didn't know.
It is also a fantastic situation in which to use that.
Of course it is. Alright. For a
Please
split
don't.
moment, you reach out towards him. The wounds weighing him down heavily as he hunches over, gagging out, words not being able to force out of his cursed beak. The shadow rips away for a moment, and for a moment you see it fight itself back as he turns with bloodshot eyes, the viscous ichor sliding down his face and mouth. And for a moment, everything goes still. The rain stops. The sound fills your space. And you hear nothing but a voice come back towards you, Corvus. No. How would you like to respond?
So, Corvus is going to say, well, I ain't taking no for an answer, and he's going to charge off after him.
Alright. You charge straight towards him. He stands there, almost paralyzed, unable to move.
And I am picking him up and bringing him back to the group.
As you pick him up, the worms that drench down the ichor that covers his face, the wounds that cover him. For a moment, it seems to fight you, the ichor grabbing onto your hands, his one necrotic, shadow-covered arm grabbing onto yours. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
You got it. Oof.
Take 11 damage.
And I am
It
still
is
up.
continuing to sear your arm. Do you wish continue?
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave my guy. I'm not gonna leave my guy alone. He's just gonna start pulling him towards the group.
You lift him, and as the arm is trying to fight you, you hear that voice once more, not radiating from Tiff, but just in your mind. No. Leave him. He is mine.
There's
Stop.
only one person I listen to, and he's gonna try to get as far as he can with Tiff and go, could someone help, please?
Yeah, are we still in turn order at this point, or?
Technically, no.
Okay, then as soon as things seem to like be a little bit more chill, Nesma would use the rest of her haste to rush over and then immediately be like, whoa, I'm all tired and useless.
I mean, you have like a full minute of that. You still have a good 3/4 of that still. So
So
you're
very
not
soon.
immediately out. Very soon, but not out yet.
Alright, then I'll start helping him drag Tiff.
Would I, from my experience of what I've learned about what's happening here, would it be reasonable to understand that maybe the ichor in particular is susceptible to the psychic damage, and I can drive it out with further psychic damage, based on what's happened, or would I now be
so. Your guesstimation seems correct.
Okay. I'll yell out and say, put him down, and I will drive the ichor from him.
If I let him down, he's gonna take him away. You gotta do it while I'm holding on to him.
Then hold on tight, and I will come over to him, and I am going to. Which one's good? Which one's good? I'm going to Psychic Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Cool. Nesma will also try and help hold on without, poking him too much.
Can I
Sure.
try and do something just before Zenobio Thunder Waves? That might.
Sure.
I don't know if it'll help or not. But it's one of those things of like, I see that like he has all of this like the shadowy arm and all of this ichor and things, and I can tell it's like a kind of supernatural thing that's happening to him, right?
Yes.
Can I try and throw out my hand as And we all heard him say, like, the voice say no,
Yes, it's just in your
but
mind.
not the rest. Okay. I'm just going to try and be like, you first, and I'm going to try and cast the spell magic
Sure.
as just like a thing to weaken whatever it is that's got a hold on
Alright.
him.
Yeah, then you'd certainly be able to get that off before I would get in there and do that.
That's unfortunate. But at least I try.
That's also even less. It's an 8. It's not supposed to add your proficiency.
Oof.
In either case, as you both, Nesma and Corvus, grab onto him, holding him close for a moment, as you try to dispel whatever has taken control of him, lashing out with a large psychic wave in front of it. You see as the ichor splashes off of his body, the shadow-like arm flowing away, as nothing is left but the old Kenku, a large cape draped around him and many, many wounds covering his body. It's loud. Alright. And you are out of combat.
Well, that was a very exciting use of the fact that I had this specific thing to switch up damage types.
Yes, I can see that being endlessly useful.
Now Nesma suddenly gets very tired.
Now, Nesma, you, holding him up, Corvus seems to got the job as you immediately just sort of fall over.
Yeah, Nesma just kind of collapses. She's like, oh, well, I'm just going to rest here for a bit.
Too much magic. It's flowing through your veins, slowing you down.
She swats feebly at your ankles.
Now let's get Senior Tiff in here to help Junior Tiff.
Tiff is unconscious.
So what does he look like now? Is he physically changed, other than the now that the worms
Slightly.
and stuff out there?
He is lost a lot of feathers in some spots and is very heavily wounded and will most likely not regain feathers in some of those scarred areas. However, he does seem to be somewhat similar to how he was before. Still ugly and very gross looking.
Fair.
And he seems to have this cape that drapes around him now.
I cast Goodberry.
He is unfortunately unconscious and cannot eat it.
Are good berries not juicy? Can he not crush the juices into his mouth?
He could attempt if he'd like, but
I
he
will.
is technically unconscious. Alright. You give him a good berry, and he probably is satiated, but he does not wake up.
That's okay. It'll make him feel better.
Since he's in my arms, I'd like to, and honestly, I feel like we're about to take a rest. Corvus is going to go ahead and sink 10 points of Lay on Hands into Tiff Jr. and 10 points into himself
Oh,
so that he can stand without swaying.
it is still raining.
I guess I won't make Tiff part of my area zone anymore.
You could just drop concentration.
I guess. I
But it's
guess I'll
already
do
up.
that. I need a rest.
Right. What do you think, Draka? Should we camp here?
I think Zenobio's owl friend found some places.
I was about to ask, was the place that he found just like an open area or somewhere somewhat covered?
Well, he didn't really find a spot. You asked him to go find a spot, and that was when Tiff showed up.
Yeah, but I thought he had looked around a bit before that. Anyway, I don't remember.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
looked ahead, and he saw the movement. That was when the big wave came.
Okay.
He didn't really find a spot until then.
I can say like I will. I can ask Xanthar to take another look for somewhere covered, but for now, I guess let's at least prepare some firewood for the night, and we'll see if he comes back in time.
Someone who can walk should probably check on 10 before she bleeds out or something.
I'm sure she's fine.
I'm going to go do that. So I was going to say I'm somewhat shaky legs.
That's what just gives you a
All
thumbs
right,
up
all right.
and flops.
As you go over the large bubble, Varrock still holding his hands out, seeming to have to do so to keep it up. He drops it. Got the other map tools.
Oh, sorry. I believe I also
His
had a
hands
healing
shake
potion.
as he falls to his, sort of leans over onto his knees.
Are you okay?
My apologies. That is exhausting. Holding that for so long.
Oh. You have my gratitude for that. Can I see if Tenui looks like she's...
Make a medicine check. She definitely seems obviously injured, but it's hard to tell what exactly is plaguing her, other than she is definitely unconscious currently.
I'm going to look to Yushal and Varrock. The situation seems surprisingly handled. The
It
dangerous
seems
path.
so. We should find a place before more arrive.
I
There will
agree.
be no adventuring further tonight. It would be foolish.
We're just about to make camp somewhere. As we find a spot far enough away. No.
Then do so. We will wait for you to find a spot.
I'll move back over and let them know. Just Tenui is still unconscious, but she looked like she was breathing at least. Now we just need to find somewhere. Soul's going to.
Indeed, this wet is not good for my delicate complexion. I trust the owl will return soon with good news.
Nesma suddenly sits up. The beer! It's still on the boat!
Yes.
I appreciate.
What boat?
Well, I mean, maybe the cask still survives. We should check.
At some point, your owl does return to you.
What's he saying?
Within your mind, you hear him speak. There doesn't seem to be anything near us for some time. This small spot seems to be well enough off the path to be feasible, though it is quite dirty, and these bodies are ripe.
It's hideous, but it'll have to do. Let's make a fire along the edge of the tree line over here, he says to the other group. Xanthibius has been useless in finding us somewhere to get out of this rain, so we will have to huddle close. I call dibs on the tree.
Orbis is gonna kind of shift Tip Jr. to be over his shoulder, and as he walks by Nesma, if she's not gonna get up to start walking, he's just gonna kind of pick up the back of her armor and kind of half carry drag her over to the camp.
Yeah, Zenobia will yell and say, you shouldn't move her. She looks comfortable.
Nesma will sort of immediately start to wriggle as you start to drag her, and then realize that, yeah, this is easier, and just kind of hang like a limp fish.
He's gonna deposit both of them where everyone's kind of gathering. Real quick, Neem, he's gonna be thinking about that voice that was telling him no in his head.
Uh-huh.
Did he recognize that voice?
No.
No? Okay.
Well, go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. I'm gonna assume no.
Hold on. Rhythm. No, you do not. Rhythm is fucking up.
I don't think so. Worth a try. He still fully believes that he is a moon child. Oh, speaking of, this would be a perfect night for us to do drugs.
Terrible idea.
No, I'm tired. Too tired for drugs.
It has been a day.
I'm gonna take over pulling Nesma so that Corvus isn't dragging two people.
Hold on a moment.
Okay.
Go ahead, and if you would like to do anything with each other for the moment, go ahead. I'm trying to fix the music, but it's just fucking.
Well, I'd like to just signal over to the others, Tanui, Yusol, and Varrock, that we found the place. And then I'm going to. I'll be honest, Sol's probably going to look at Tiff Jr. Just look at him very sadly as he's going to pull out a. He's going to pull out some of his hempen rope to kind of tie him up somewhat. Just
I'm gonna look at him.
just
and
until
shake
we
his
can
head.
like talk to him in the morning.
Corvus is just gonna shake his head. Don't do that.
You sure?
I mean, that'd be like tying you up, right? You had some shit controlling him. It's gone. Unless Draka says otherwise, I don't see any reason to tie him up.
It might be worth doing. He could move fast while that thing was possessing him.
He's
Plus,
gonna
only
look-
like one or two of us will be awake at a time.
I'm going to look and back to Tiff Jr. Just. I'll trust him. Gonna put the rope back in his pack. And, so we'll just like look to the others and ask. So I take it everyone heard that voice during that.
Yep.
I don't think we did we?
I thought Neem said it was in everyone's heads, but I could have misheard.
Yeah.
It
I think
was
he said that it
was-
Then never mind.
Didn't quite catch that name.
Sorry. I'm. Rhythm is like trying to take over the fucking server right now or something. I can't mute it. I can't do anything. Can't straight up use admin tools to disconnect it or server mute it. It's just fucking doing whatever it wants, I guess. Oh. There we go. Fucking rhythm. All right. Yes, you all heard it in your heads.
Okay. In my arcane knowledge, is there anything that I would particularly draw as a parallel or useful, I don't know, connection to what I experienced?
I'll say make an insight check.
Did it sound like the voice when Tiff spoke all weird on the boat?
That is what Zenobia believes, so yes.
Well, I will relay that.
That's very troubling.
Do I have any considering that this out like metagame out of character? We have like encountered this like wormy thing a bunch of times. Like, would I particularly have like historical knowledge in terms of my readings around this like appearance of some kind of worm-related infection or whatever you want to call it?
You would not.
All right. It's been on the DL. It's been avoiding getting found out about. I'll say, well, this is certainly something for us to keep an eye on. Clearly, Tiff Jr. was being held captive and controlled by whatever that thing was. It may be connected to the other goings-on the island. It certainly seems similar to those worm things that we fought. I assume. Considering the martial connection to him being able to control worm things? Or do we not know that as like in a non-metagame thing, as it's sort of like we understand the gist of like how his ability works, but not necessarily the implication of the connection?
I mean, you could imply that he has some sort of connection to it.
All right. Oh, yeah, well, I guess that's what I say.
All right. Is there anything else that you'd like to do before resting?
Well, how are we doing on getting a fire going, etc.?
Well, at the moment it's raining. It will be difficult without magic.
Yeah, but it's not impossible. I mean, if somebody... Zenobia can't fucking do it. Zenobia is no outdoorsman, but maybe one of us is.
Technically, you have a lit lantern that is always lit, being soul.
I was wondering if I could dim it just so that it would be not as easy to spot.
Sure, I'll say you have some control over it.
Trying to put it in power save mode.
Alright. Anything else?
Try and just check on Tanui one more time.
Sure, go ahead and make another medicine check.
$23.
This time, without the adrenaline of battle sort of taking hold, it seems, you look over Tenui a bit more, and whatever gash she has on her seems to be tainted in a way, almost like it immediately became infected. She doesn't look like she's on the verge of death, but it looks very bad in a sense that whatever help you expected her to be, she is not very much more of it. And she could be more of a burden than anything, as you need to take her along.
I'm going to try and give her a bit of a fighting chance by... We're long resting, right?
Correct.
Yep.
I'll use a second level slot to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Alright.
And that will benefit from enhanced healing to get 2 more, so 14 total. Give her a bit of a survivability in the night.
Alright. She, her wound does heal a bit more, and a bit of that infection seems to close and leave. But, she does look a bit beaten. Ishal sort of gives you a nod after doing so. Alright. Anything else anyone wants to do before resting? And how are you resting?
I would certainly attempt to build a fire like underneath something of the overhang of the tree, being at least like hypothetically knowledgeable about the ability to create like somewhat covered fire in this situation.
Sure.
Sure.
Go ahead and make me a survival.
Nesmo will help.
Okay.
Edit.
Yeah! Woo!
Well,
I pressed the wrong. I've been changing my push to talk key like every damn game because, like, I don't know, just the key that makes the most sense in different platforms and games and stuff. Anyway. So I've been saying things at various points in this game, and like nobody's heard me.
it's alright. Yes. So, picking a few of the branches off of this tree or above that haven't been rained upon yet, you sort of grab them. And in your arcane mind, knowing that drier wood helps, precipitating them dry completely helps. And with Nesma's strength, she quickly rubs them together, creating enough friction that it lights a blaze almost immediately. Your prestidigitation seeming to dry them out more than you had expected.
More time.
And a roaring fire is now beneath the tree.
Zenobia will settle on down close to the fire, but underneath the edge of the tree to maximize his dryness before dozing off.
How cold is it?
Not particularly. It's
Okay.
decently cool because of the rain, but you are still in a decently tropical area. Even
Okay,
with
yeah,
all the
so-
death and dead plant around you.
Yeah, but it's like, somewhat chilly summer rain kind of thing, as opposed to like, oh god, we are freezing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then Nesma will just kind of flop next to the fire and allow the rain to take care of the worst of whatever's on her armor.
Alrighty. Anybody else have anything they want to do? Or are you just falling asleep?
Let's see.
I mean, out of character, we should probably have some kind of watch, but in character, Nesma is not volunteering.
I'll try and... I don't know. I assume that we're going to have a watch of some kind, but I'll probably ask the others before we turn it in.
Well, Zenobia and Nesma have already turned it in, so you gotta ask the rest of them.
I would say as I'm falling asleep, I'll say, it's been a big day. I need to recharge my energies. Somebody pull Tiff underneath the tree here with me so he doesn't get soaked through.
I'll take first watch.
I'll move Tiff Jr. under there. Like, to be right here. I'll take second watch.
Are our friends over here moving in closer to the fire as well?
Yes, they will move a bit closer. Yushal sort of picks up Tenui as gently as she can and sort of moves her around, placing her a bit closer to the center just in case. Varrock does not seem to want to move from his spot and just sits there.
There.
Almost slightly enjoying the rain a bit, it seems.
And we did move Tiff Jr. in.
Yeah,
Oh yes, where would you like to move him?
let's move him here.
Oh, here, I'll just give you guys access to him now. You know all of his macros anyways. Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, you said you wanted to do a watch, so who's doing watches?
I'll take
When-
second.
I'll take first.
Okie dokie. So Draka and then Tiff. Who's taking third?
Oh, Tiff is second.
Or no,
Then-
I'm sorry. Draka, Soul, and then Tiff. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sure.
Alright. As everybody begins to drift off to sleep, Draka, go ahead and make me a perception check. Alright. Nothing seems to really catch your eye other than the rain eventually beginning to stop a few hours into your watch. The fire slowly dimming slightly as you throw a few more logs on it. Strangely, however, what you do notice is that Varrock hasn't really moved. Not in the sense that he's asleep, because you can tell he does shift every once in a while that he's not sleeping. But he just sort of stares off in your direction, the vacant hole in his veil, unable to see through it, as he just sits leaned up against the tree over there, a small patch of it sort of emptying from the rain dripping down on him. Even though he is veiled, he looks almost disappointed at the rain leaving. Would you like to do anything on your watch?
No.
Alright. Your watch ends, and Soul's year begins. So go ahead and give me a perception check.
$25.
Alright. During your watch, you watch as Varrock gets up at some point during the night. Snap. He wanders over to some of the bodies and looks to lean down towards one of them, obscuring what he's doing from you. Would you like to do anything?
I kind of want to, like, as quietly as I can, maybe, like, shift over here to get a better look at what he's doing.
Alright, go ahead and make me another perception check.
$22.
Alright. You see him sort of lift up the body for a moment, just leaning it slightly onto his bent knees. It looks like he inspects the head a bit, the wounds over top of it. You can see for a moment he sort of digs around, a finger sort of reaches out from his veiled arm The long, grayish hand, once again, with the large, extended fingernails. Humanoid, albeit strange and alien. You see him as he presses a finger into one of the eye sockets and rips an eye out from it, throwing it to the ground. He looks like he's inspecting the inside. But you see him dismayed and sort of throw the body to the ground before turning and returning to his spot, seemingly not noticing or caring that you are watching.
Sol almost thinks to like wave to Brock and is like, nope. Just
Alright.
gonna pretend like I didn't see that and tell the others in the morning.
Alright. Your watch ends. Tiff, yours begins. Give me a perception check. Nothing of the abnormal seems to happen during your watch. As the sun begins to rise, the rain is now gone, though it leaves a bit of wet behind on all of this dead plant life, leaving that sort of musky and decay smell even worse in the air. You awake? What would you all like to do?
In the morning, Nesma will kind of pop up overly eager and like, well, we had a place to go where things were probably dangerous. Let's get there quickly and we can fight more stuff. Hopefully very quickly, she'll say, as she like looks at Zenobia pointedly.
Zenobia will say, Athenaredax, go and check out what's going on around us. Let me know of any dangers.
How's everyone doing?
Fine, my lord. He flies off. Tenui and Tiff are still unconscious, it seems.
Oh.
I'll say, filthy assistant. Look for some suitable logs or saplings that we can turn into a oh shit, what's the word? The thing that you carry bodies in. Litter.
I can try and help with that.
Alright, yeah, I guess Nesma will kind of grunt and go poking around under the trees looking for some reasonable branches.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take a
Alright.
little bit of time afterwards. There's just some things I'd like to take care of while we're assembling this. Some preparations I need to make for the day ahead.
Alright.
And I would like to, I'll try and help to find some parts, but afterwards, I'm going to try and take the time to prepare my spells.
Go ahead. So looking for long enough sticks is easy enough as you find a decent set to pull some along.
So I would direct. Zenobia doesn't do stuff himself. With some of the rope that I have and potentially others, how to string the rope across to create a lattice that will provide a way of creating one of these stretchers or litters that we can pull our two incapacitated companions.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Is it still raining?
Easy enough.
Easy enough.
It is not
I can
raining
hear you.
anymore. It is sunny. Giving directions, eventually everyone has made these long enough stretchers so that you can pull both of them along behind you. Alrighty.
Check. Can you guys hear?
I can hear you, but you're very quiet.
Yeah, super quiet.
Jesus. This is frustrating. Let me turn up my output. 1 second. How was this?
Much better. I have you turned all the way up, but I can hear you.
Yes, I'll just figure out what's going on with my mic. Very frustrating. Okay, I'm good.
Cool. Alright. Is there anything that you would like to do after these stretchers have been made?
Well, I suppose Zenobia would say, well, let's be on our way then. Who's on first rounds for pulling these stretchers?
Nesma just kind of picks up the end of the one with Tiff on it, and well, if we're dragging the bird along, we may as well get going.
I'll pick up the one with Tenui.
Alrighty.
While we start walking, Zenobia would take some time to at least somewhat surreptitiously medically check both of them.
Alright, go ahead and make a medicine check. Alright. Tenui looks like she is sort of battling a bit of infection at the moment. As you look over her wound, and the bit of magic that Soul was able to do the day before seems to have helped, but she has a bit more to go, and most likely will be with this wound for some time.
Question: Can I,
Yes.
as we're walking by, can I put a finger on her forehead and use the 5 points of lay on hands to remove disease?
Sure.
All right, cool. He's gonna do that. Does that do anything, or?
Not immediately, but it does look like she is noticeably better immediately.
Fantastic.
As you look over Tiff is a bit more difficult to know, as you have not exactly studied the anatomy of a Kenku before, but he just seems that like he is very tired, and the wounds will take some time to heal, albeit they are already sort of held over a bit.
All right,
In any case.
pressing the wrong push to talk key again. All right. Yeah, okay, never mind. There's nothing I particularly do from what I found out there. Would I suppose hypothetically, throwing this out there, would my ability to manipulate magics give me the opportunity to convert my basic healing potion into some kind of longer-term salve that I could apply to like wounds such as these? going out there. This is clearly not rules as written in any way, shape, or form. But
Yeah. Do you have any sort of like alchemy kit or herbalism kit?
He got a real cool spell book.
I have a scholar's pack. What's in that?
That does not have a herbalism or alchemy kit in it, unfortunately. That's just paper and pens and stuff. The nerd pack.
It was a try.
Unfortunately, you do not have the tools that would be required to do something like that. Though you probably have the knowledge to do so.
Cool. All right, I know. I'm happy with that. It was worth a shot. It was a bit of a long shot.
You should make a shopping list, though, for when we're back in town. As we are traveling along, Nesma will sing some of the drinking songs that she taught Tiff when they were traveling to Eldham, in the hopes that it will help him come back quicker.
All right. As you are preparing to move, Varrock eventually steps up to you all. Are we ready to move, then?
I think we're good to go if you want to keep leading the way.
Of course. And that he does. Is there anything that you would like to do along the trail?
Probably just keep the eyes peeled for things like older signs of like people walking through here or like civilization.
Alright. You don't quite see many signs of civilization. Every once in a while you'll see like stacked ruins and rock that would have led to something, it seems, but they have long been destroyed. However, eventually your owl comes back to you and does speak to you that there's a large structure up ahead. Many creatures roaming about it. And so... let me know that loads. It might be a second.
While it's loading, can I have had some, like, during our walk, maybe try to, like, move up close to where Draka is, just to kind of whisper, like, War Chief Draka?
Yeah.
There's something I think you should know.
Well, what's that, Sugar?
So last night I had watch, and I saw Vera do something kind of weird.
Like what?
Well, he went over to one of the corpses. Kind of seemed to look it over and drop it up on a knee, get a good look at it, and then he took out one of its eyes, looked it over, and then kind of just tossed it down.
I mean, we'll keep an eye on him, but he might have been just trying to see what that infection was. I mean, we kind of already learned that those worms infected others, so possible he was just checking it out, but we'll keep an eye on him.
Okay. I just figured you might want to know.
saw him walking around too during my shift, but I don't really think much of it. And she kind of like pats Soul on the head, like, good boy.
The man leading you in front of you turns his head while he walks a bit in your direction, but turns back without saying anything.
Be marked as a snitch.
In any case, eventually you reach an edge of the... are you all loaded in? I should ask that first.
Yeah.
Alright. You reach an edge of the tree line. Looking over it, you look into a small, like, over-flooded area, covered in stone, covered in water, that leads up to this massive ziggurat in front of you, much larger than the one that you saw before. Staircases leading up very high that you can't quite see the top of just yet from this tree line. Varrock stops at the edge of it and looks back to all of you. It would probably be in our best interest for you all to go ahead at this point. I will watch over the injured. For now, when things are finished, come back and our deal will be finished.
Can I insight what he means when he says he'll take care of the wounded? Something about him saying that made me a little uncomfortable.
Sure, go ahead.
It's fine.
It's probably just his gravel in his voice.
All right.
He moves off to the side, assuming you understand him.
I think it might be good as well if you had some help to keep guard, to keep your magics from depleting too much. Yashal, would you mind staying here as well?
I am not a fighter. I will stay with Tenui as it sees fit. Complete your mission and come back.
Zenobio,
Yes?
your owl, can it telepathically tell you things from a distance?
It has little of use to say, but I suppose.
Could you leave it here with the ill, just so that if anything happens, those worm creatures come, we know to come and help?
Well, I doubt he didn't be interested in going down below, so I'm happy to leave him here regardless. Whether or not I'll hear him at such a distance, that will stand to be seen, but I expect not.
If not, he could be swift, yes? Get to us quickly?
Me and the owl will kind of look into each other's eyes, sort of, as both of our eyes kind of point the wrong directions and look back towards you and say, indeed.
Suppose that will be good enough.
Then Aietherhall will flap up into the air and start doing some moves around.
I'm gonna just quickly look at Tenui. I know everyone else has already done medicine checks, but specifically I want to do a check to see if remove curse would help, or if I should just like lay in some more healing into her.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, come on.
Unknown.
Well, let's try Cure Wounds. I'm just gonna tap her for 10.
All right.
Darn.
She heals up a bit. A few of the wounds sealing up.
Okay. I'm gonna hand I bought some potions. I have it in my actual character sheet. I'm gonna hand a potion to Yushal for Tenui. Okay. If she wakes, give her this. You might need it.
Thank you for your kindness.
I'm gonna hope that that'll be fine.
All right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before they venture forth? All right. Then, as you all arrange you step beyond the tree line and into the water, it goes up to about your shins with how deep it is. And then I will say let's take a moment to take a break before beginning here, because my cat needs food apparently.
Sounds good.
Meow. Meow.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. Oh. Who's here right now, if anybody?
We are here.
I am here.
Okay. Cool. I might open this up and then end it pretty soon, just because this is going to be a long fight again, and I don't want us going way over time.
That's
Spoilers.
It's
Don't
getting
worry.
later.
I figured you knew that.
Look, I'm a retard. What the hell?
Language.
God.
Jesus.
Sorry. R word. Shouldn't do that. But I was being ridiculous.
That went from 1 to 10. So, it's okay. I'm a bit of a dump myself.
Wow. We have cats all over the place right now. There's one that is very close to sitting on Emily's keyboard, and another one that is currently hiding under the steps just around the corner in the room. They're prancing about, being ridiculous.
Of course.
As they do.
Oh. I got really nervous because I thought that circle was like the same one from the temple.
It's similar for sure. And this is also another ziggurat, so that would make sense.
Yeah. And the water.
Yeah.
I'm making you an awakened spellbook token right now.
Hooray!
Right, you can just save it. Make sure you always have it.
Pirate spellbook. What?
I'm back.
Cool. I'm just gonna save this token real fast, and then we can finish it off here.
Not gonna lie, I got a little worried about Corvus in that last fight.
Just because you got crit. If it wasn't a crit, you would have never been in danger.
Yeah, but crits happen.
Yes, they do. It's alright, you weren't in the last game. The last game, they had a whole crit mechanic, and literally somehow we had like 20 crits. I don't know how it happened.
Oh.
Let's see, where is it? Gotta go to this.
I started watching a new anime.
Oh.
I'd like to hear you guys tear it apart in front of me, like you do with every anime I bring out.
What anime is it?
Hold on, let me pull it up.
We are a supportive anime community. Thank you.
Whatever that show is, it's trash.
I really like it. It's okay. I've watched almost nothing in like 10 years, so probably more. I honestly like. If you were talking like pre 2004, it's like I've seen everything, and then like after that point, it's like I've seen like 6 shows.
Well, I don't know when this one came out. I saw it on HBO Max. It's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
Oh. I've heard
That's a
that's
good
decent.
one.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's a good one.
I'm enjoying it. I was a little
It's
thrown off
fun.
until that. Like I was like, okay, this kind of seems like a generic kind of anime, and then he does that special thing, and I was like, oh, hold on, this just got my attention.
I had a friend who dropped off it after the first episode because they were like, it's Bleach. I don't need to watch that again. And I was like, yes, you do.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
Bleach was also bad, so
Yeah. No, like some of it was good, but it got bad real quick.
yeah.
It's still
I
going.
watched like 40 or 50 episodes of Bleach and then just stopped. Like with like
Just
no
like
particular
how
no particular intention to not watch the show ever again. I just never watched the show again.
That's funnily enough, like a few years ago, Laura and I we were like, oh, we should start watching anime together. Well, we recognized the name Bleach, and then that's also what we did. We just kind of stopped watching it maybe 20, 30 episodes in.
That's the correct time to stop.
For me, that show was Fushigi Yugi, because oh my god,
Aw,
we had
much all
so
of
many.
Fushigi.
Both of the main characters were awful. Like
Yeah,
were
they
just
were.
so terrible. I didn't care. I was like, the one you're supposed to be rooting for is this useless, just the most
Dumb as
infuriating
sticks.
person.
Like, yeah.
And I just could not care about her. And the other one, I was like, okay, yeah, you're kind of bitchy, but like, I kind of get your point.
Yeah, right. You just cheer for the bad one.
Kind of suck.
You're like, yeah, you get her. You ruined
That's
Mieke's
really
life.
not
It's
great.
fine.
It's really not great when you find yourself like the antagonist makes a lot of really good points.
Uh,
I don't know. My all time worst is Blue Seed, which I watched all the way to the end, hoping that the end would be good, and it was not. I think Blue Seed is like gone. Like it was popular for a while, and like I don't think anybody watches that show at all anymore.
I keep trying.
you'd
to
say
make
that
it
about
through.
most old anime.
Man. Okay, I guess my
Wild.
main map tools has just not
Crashed.
crashed, but is completely frozen. So I guess I will lead you up to where you're going, and then we will stop because I have no way of restarting
The
it without
anime,
completely
it got
closing
to
the
it.
game out.
The game was like,
Apparently.
no, let's go watch anime. This is it.
Seriously.
It's
No,
like,
it was
y'all
this
like
Awakened Spellbook. This Awakened Spellbook literally crashed the game.
It's too powerful. You can't handle it.
Apparently. But in any case, you step through the tree line, taking your feet into this about shin deep water. You look up upon this ziggurat that spans upwards, seeing just the edges of the tops of this first staircase and then the edges of the second staircase before seeing the large figure piece over top of it, slightly ruined, but seemingly still intact. Similar in architecture to the one that you had seen before, albeit slightly different and much larger. You step forth and almost immediately start hearing hissing and strange shaking, similar to the night that you heard before, as what would be several snake creatures appear, along with a very large one towards the top that you can see just the headpiece of, which would be there if I could touch them right now. And that will be where we stop off for the night, because this will be a large fight for a long time, and it'll
Real quick,
probably be just like the last couple fights.
before
Okay.
we do end off, in order to try and avoid a fight, can Corvus step forward, arms out, and go, "It's all right, children. Your moon child has come back."
They will immediately throw a spear at you.
That's fine. Understandable.
I will say, however, Zenobio, as you step forth onto this ground into the water, you can feel the sort of rhythmic humming of the axe head in your possession.
Cool. I guess for now, considering the dangerous situation, I will not pull it out. That seems not exactly the smart move, but he will certainly take note.
Alrighty. And yes, that will be where we stop off for the night, as everything has crashed and I can no longer touch anything.
Me either.
That happens to me every once in a while when I'm hosting, and it kills my entire computer. Like, I can still hear Discord just fine, but the GPU completely crashes. It's great.
My computer's fine, it's just my main map tools, which is running the server, is like completely locked, and I'm gonna have to completely shut it out. And
I think
the
that's
only
what
reason
happened
it's
to
still
ours
up
too.
is because I haven't done it.
Cool.
Fun.
Oh fuck, I hope it saves. I guess
honestly, it
that
usually
big of a difference.
I mean, we all rested, so
Yeah.
not the worst.
It won't be that hard to fix. It's just a pain that I won't be able to save it now.
It honestly usually, like, it's only a few minutes back in my experience.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, and we had a
it
break,
was fun.
so it had time to sit there and remember.
Yes.
Yay. We saved
Yes.
the bird boy, Tiff Jr.
Yes. You almost
Unless
killed
he
him.
gets you
We're
killed
very,
by
very close to killing him.
I honestly was still fine with that. That might still happen. He hasn't been
He
healed
was
the way that
below 20 HP after that big hit.
If
If only
we
I
hadn't gotten him
had-
down that far, he would have just kept hitting us until we did. Like, really. I saved this all time and effort.
You
Yeah,
did almost do
crazy
100
damage.
He has 300 HP, and you did almost 100 damage.
I think it was just over, actually, because it was like 87 plus 22 or something.
That's
So, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, but I guess the last attack was piercing, so yeah, it would have been reduced.
I just get to annoy him with my ancestral spirits being like, Zap? Yes? No? Yes? Maybe?
Just remember, the extra attack comes from Zenobio, so that we have to keep the wizard safe.
We can just get you some fighter levels.
Well, I have extra attack. I just get more from his.
Yeah.
Just get action surge, Smile.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet.
I suppose, are you still connected, Nesma?
No, I already dropped.
Roll me a D100 in the Discord chat.
Ah, damn. Yeah. Okay.
I forgot, you long rested.
Yeah. Nope, you gotta do it in the rolling channel.
Yeah, you gotta do it in the roll channel.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I don't think it's slash, I think it's
Yeah,
exclamation point.
yeah. Because that's what it is over here. I'm getting tired.
Yeah. It's just the bot, that's what the bot does. Oof. That was very close. But unfortunately, nothing happens.
Unfortunately.
Oh, very unfortunate.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna pass out.
Yep.
Me too.
It was fun. I'm
Yeah, that was a good one.
glad that it went
Yep.
on.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah,
Yep, have a good one.
Yep. See ya.
Happy birthday.
Yay.
Have a good one.
Oh, thank you.